I appreciate the journey so much more because I earned it. I wasn't given it. And all the nights, the sleepless nights, the worrisome issues, even, my mum went through 3 battles with cancer that I wasn't able to hold her hand on. If she said to me to come home, I'd have gone home. But she was like, no, don't you dare come home. And she made the promise to me, if I will beat cancer and I will be sitting at the Mr.Olympia. She beat cancer and she was a second row behind Joe Weider.
Today I'm chatting with Flex Lewis. Flex is a 7-time, you can't even count that on one hand, 7-time Mr. Olympia. Is the proud owner and operator of the Dragon Slayer gym, finest gym in Las Vegas, maybe the finest bodybuilding gym about anywhere you could go in the damn world. It's an amazing gym. Thank you for walking me through your facilities, showing me the behind the scenes tour there as well, and some of your trophies and accomplishments, and shared some of your success stories and life stories with me. So I'm excited to share some of that with the audience here. And the general people, I don't know what my YouTube, I got 140 something thousand on YouTube at the moment where they'll be watching this. And about 95% of them could go eat shit and f off, and they're never gonna do a damn thing in their life, and they just watch for entertainment. They want to be entertained. They want us to say something trendy and cute. And the 5% that I talk to, that I care about, because they care about themselves, the 5%, they actually like to learn something and do something and go, learn something productive or industrious or something. When they're having a tough day, they'd be like, yeah, but I heard Flex and Derek talk about that, and let me just keep going. And those are kind of the people that I respect and that I like, that I think are our people. I don't want to speak for you, but are more our people, that they want to go do something. They're more focused about their goals than long-term goals over short-term feelings, What were some of the adjustments you had to make, about your goals versus your feelings, say, to be a 7-time, they have the most prestigious bodybuilding award. Was it 7 years in a row? Yeah.
Yeah, consecutive. Yeah. So the question is, what was the feeling separated by?
What were some of the adjustments? Some people, if they don't feel like it, they don't go do tough things. They feel real motivated for a little while, but then maybe their motivation wanes in 2 hours or 2 days.
Well, I'm very blessed to say that I got involved with the bodybuilding, and what was a hobby turned into my profession. So just keeping that fire lit and recreating my why every single year was one of the reasons why I was able to turn my hat back to front and chase the title, by recreating my why every year. And don't get me wrong, there's days when my alarm goes off at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's raining outside. Do I want to do cardio? No, because I do cardio outside. I love outdoor walking. I do a lot of things outside, but that's separating your feelings from your legacy. For me, I wanted to become and stamp my foot in the bodybuilding Hall of Fame. That was my goal. And as lofty as that was, me as a young 19-year-old kid stepping on stage for the first time, not having any, cousin or uncle that was a bodybuilder to look up to, my, inspiration and my aspirations to go on stage really came from my love for muscle. But I never in my wildest dreams said I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I actually ended up getting on stage from a free gym membership. But yeah, separating my feelings from everything else, there's a lot of people who, in my world, know their body. Just an excuse. Can I swear?
Please do, so
okay.
I'm not alone.
It's just a fucking excuse to really tell themselves, it's like, I don't want to do this today. I know my body better. I can eat a little more. It's like, no. And again, another thing in my world is hiring a coach and yet doing something off the plan. I can tell you right now, I've never missed a cardio session. I can look you eye to eye. Never missed a training session, never missed a meal. Even if I've thrown that meal up, I put it back in. For me, it was all the accounted and unaccounted sessions and all the micro things that are never seen, that not on YouTube and are not on Instagram, the platform where you show your best version of yourself. I just put my heart back up front and persevered through, the hardest of times, as well as and talked about them too. Again, I've never been shy to talk about my failures, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've been able to grow my fan base, as much and as fast as I did from the early stages, was by talking about my faults and not having, I would say, the golden ticket that some of the guys have had. Coming up the American ranks, because a lot of the judges in the American ranks, amateur, also judge the professional. So when I came to this country as an undefeated amateur, they were like, have you won the Mr. USA? Have you won the Nationals? I had to start all over again. And I'd won the Mr. Wales, Mr. Britain, Mr. Europe, Mr. Universe. Yeah, nothing. So talking about my feelings there, and then coming here knowing one person and being like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice everything. I'm going to move here. I'm going to just commit myself to this. And then be told it's like, you got to start from scratch. We don't know who the hell you are. Your titles mean shit. Then I had to put my feelings aside, knowing that I was undefeated, knowing that I came here with this, pipeline American dream. And here I was, sleeping on a sofa, just grinding every single day. And to me, and it's the big part of my story is these things are the unheard, or fans or athletes on the rise don't want to hear these things. They don't want to hear that you slept on a sofa. They don't want to hear that you budgeted tuna when you had no money coming in. They don't want to hear that, when you won your first pro show, that this fortune that's supposed to follow didn't come. But they all want to see your success and be like, when you have it, or when you've got whatever you got going on, and I kind of downplay it. It's like, no, you went there.
Got lucky.
You got lucky. You fucking lucky. Lucky was, luck has no part in any of my story. I would say, if anything, now I'm older, wiser, more mature, and I obviously have a family. I appreciate the journey so much more because I earned it. I wasn't given it, and all the nights, the sleepless nights, the worrisome issues, aside from what I was doing on stage, more attached to what I was missing out back home in Wales, because everybody's there. I came here on my own. Then I missed out on parties, I missed out on, everything that goes with it, the celebrations to the commiserations. Even, my mum went through, 3 battles with cancer that I wasn't able to hold a hand on, which, if it wasn't for her well wishes on me, if she said to me to come home, I'd have gone home. But she was like, no, you're there. Don't you dare come home. And she made the promise to me, if I will beat cancer and I will be sitting at the Mr.Olympia, she beat cancer and she was a second row behind Joe Weider. So I love that stuff because that got me up in the morning. Your feelings. My feelings were, my mother's going to beat this and I'm going to beat everybody that's on stage. That's my feelings. There was no poo-hoo, why am I going through this? Because we spoke off camera too. Nobody gives a fuck. They don't. Maybe a true tested circle of friends will be there for you, but the bigger scheme of things, it's you versus you every day. You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you're telling yourself, it's like, I can do this, or I can't do this.
If I reach out to one of my friends, I have a lot of fantastic friends, and it's amazing. And when I was growing up, the way I grew up, it wasn't fun. It was quite shit, and felt hopeless many times, and I felt really awful many times in my childhood. And you just keep chipping away. And I have an extraordinary group of friends today. But if I reach out to one of my friends and I want to talk about a problem, I'm not calling them to crybaby about it. I'm not calling them to whine about it. You're never going to hear me whine about, oh, this thing, Flex, it's not fair or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to solve a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm asking for pragmatic advice. I might tell them very objectively, here's the thing that happened. This is what I'm experiencing. Maybe this, maybe that. You know more about this area than I do. What do you think I ought to do here? Here's where I think I am.
Yeah.
That's where I'd like to be. You have a couple bullet points that might help me get there quicker. Am I on the right path already? Can I do something better? But that's the conversation. It's not. I'm not calling somebody to vent. And I don't really have friends that if they call and vent to me a few too many times, I don't really have time to take that phone call anymore.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be too, uncompassionate. It comes naturally.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes naturally to me.
So if you're watching this right now and he hasn't returned your call, you just found out. Stop moaning when you call.
I'm happy to help a friend who's serious about solving a problem.
Yeah, yeah,
but I don't want to spend my time for somebody to, call your girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
Call your female friend, call, one of your buddies that's, not up to much, and go vent with them. But if I had a friend or a client that's trying to solve a problem, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to help.
I know.
But I just don't want to, we're not going to cry together. We're going to solve a problem,
Yeah, again, I think that's from maturity and through, social movement in different circles. I would attest to that too. I'm around savages. And the shoe is on the other foot too. They know they can call me too. I'm not going to be, obviously, that I'm empathetic and sympathetic to whatever is on the other end. But there's not going to be a, hey, pity party, give me a hug kind of thing.
I might give them a hug, but we're going to go solve the problem. I got about 25 seconds of sympathy and empathy.
Yeah.
And then I want to get to the part where we're solving the problem.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I've got some incredible, very talented friends, athletes as well as, different sectors and genres. And I think having a circle of, what's iron sharpens iron, right? Not just what you're trying to achieve, in my case, on a stage, but also off stage too. I'm into different avenues. I'm doing different things in the business scale now, but when it came to being an athlete, I had a lot of people in my roller index that I would speak to quite frequently going into shows, just to get that and stay on that sharp, relentless mindset. And they're not even in the bodybuilding space, but they're well-known people in general, no names drop, but when you have that circle of people and you see what they're doing, and you see what they're conquering, then you soon realize it's like, listen, you can waste your time by procrastinating on a dull issue, or you could see something in that and evolve, and grow into maybe a stronger, better person. And as I said earlier, I'm very grateful for all the failures and all the times I've been tested, because it's made me a much better person. It's also opened my eyes up to truly who is there and who isn't in times of need. And when I say need, not again going back to the whole give me a hug party thing, but in celebrations and commiserations, who is truly there? Who is there to be like, yo, you need to fucking pick it up. This can be much better. It goes from training partners to coaches to, and also, for the viewers and the fans that don't know this, I'm one of these guys that believes that the grass is not greener if you have a tried and tested, team. So with me, I have my coach that's been with me for 19 years, Neil Hill. We came up the ranks together when I moved to the US. Him and I first felt like, on his side of things, because, technology wasn't his forte at the time. Now he's a savage on Instagram. But at the time he was like, oh, I don't know how to use this shit, mate. I was like, we got to work like this. I am going to send you progression pictures and we will analyze over there. It was very difficult for him to new age in that sense where, you can really see the detail in the physical presence. Over the net, you're going to get something that's, 1 week, one look, another week, another look. And what I mean by that is, unless you're not in the consistent same lighting, in the same spot, you're going to give a skewed version of what you truly look like.
I see.
So once we got over that hump, then, we blew up as a team. We blew up anyway, but I mean, truly globally blew up as a team. And I'm one of the only athletes that I know of, if the only athlete that has been with a coach from show one all the way to the last show I competed in 2018. And then I got training partners that are there, tried and tested. And I think it just goes to say, when I moved from Florida to Vegas, I brought the traveling circus with me. The tried and tested people who have been around me from a very early stages of my career, or from as time has gone on, battle-tested friends that have been there with no financial benefit, And for now I am in my life, if I eat, I make sure they eat too. So when I brought the team over from Florida, and prior to that from Tennessee to Florida, and now Florida to Vegas, there was only one person that decided to stay out of 10 people. So they all came over, and at that point in time, I was on my journey for the Mr. Olympia. So, a lot of athletes talk about having a team and stuff like that, but truly, what is a team? It's a battle-tested team. You want somebody that's going to tell you, it's like I said earlier, you need to fucking pick it up, Flex. I don't really have much pats on the back. There's no need to. The pat on the back is when we win. That's what I need, unless my coach says to me, okay, we're on point. And that to me is like somebody overly blowing themselves up by saying, holy shit, you look incredible. He tells me, you're on point, you're looking good, you're on point. And I'm like, oh. And that's it.
The champion interview you just watched is just a tiny teaser from this champion's extended, full-length interview contained inside my comprehensive wealth building foundations course, The 10 Commandments of Wealth. Get inside the 10 Commandments of Wealth, and as a bonus, you get dozens of in-depth interviews with world champions just like this. Leave a comment if you want a business or success question answered, and subscribe for even more winning.